Finally, one of these big-time programs have finally stood up to these greedy parents and their diva kids. And all it took was a volunteer, a Tennessee volunteer. And finally, JPC is proud of Tennessee. Let's talk about it. Who would have thunk it? Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee, has quite possibly made a stand for all of college football against this horrid mess called the NIL and the transfer portal. But before we get to all that, here they come riding in once again. It's the Outlaw Posse, now in effect. And today's four horsemen shout-outs go to Tammy Burton, Richard Burton, Tim Gillespie, and Big Orange are saddled up, mounted up, ready to go. They're going to help us with today's college football invasion. And if you want to get your badge and get deputized like them, get your badge and be in the Outlaw Posse. It's not but $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. You get a random four horseman shout out and quite possibly be the comment of the day. Then there's also the Big Four, which are all absolutely free. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Also, I can be reached on X at OCF Productions. If you have any ideas for the show or want to be on the show. Now, getting right to it here. I got a little article I'm going to pull up from Bleacher Report about this whole mess with Nico. His last name actually, ironically, looks like Iamaleava. And he is going to leave Tennessee because him and his spoiled-ass parents couldn't get their way and go from 2.4 to 4 million. Down the road, that could really cost them with the NFL, where they could have made 40 or 50 million, which would have been generational wealth. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and bring that article up for y'all right now. There it is. Nico Iamaleava and Tennessee's NIL breakup is college football's tipping point. That's right. I'm proud of Tennessee. For once, y'all can write this down. Y'all can record this and save it, because I won't say it too many times, because me and my Alabama fan base have a very bad taste in our mouth from Tennessee back in the day with Phil Fulmer and his corrupt ass. But looks like they may have done something that none of us have been able to do so far, and that's stand up to these, like I said, spoiled ass athletes and their greedy parents. It says the inevitable has arrived. The lawless, structureless, complicated universe of college football in the NIL era has produced its first and certainly not last high-profile breakup. Well, I hope it is last. I hope they learn a lesson from this, but they probably won't. Perhaps the only surprise it says here is that it took this long for the turmoil to arise. Now one can only hope that actual change is coming next. For Tennessee, the turmoil has come and gone. The team's starting quarterback from a season ago, Nico, one of the biggest recruits in the program has ever produced, is gone. Whatever. He wasn't that great. Details surrounding the breakup may vary depending on the source, which is typical surrounding messy separations, blah, blah, blah. We're going down here. He says he wants to thank him for everything he's done, which is always coach speak, political speak. I think Josh could get a little more original, but if I'm Josh, I would just come out and said, hey, we're just not going to pay you all that money, brother. We already paid you $2.4 million. Which is too much to begin with. Rumors of missed meetings, unfulfilled NIL obligations. Here's the thing, man. If you're going to give these kids NIL and they don't fulfill the obligations, there's got to be some kind of legal recourse for this. Them just being able to do what they want is not okay in any form, any kind of job description, or any kind of company. Make no mistake about it, however, the decision comes down to money, well, and leverage. No shit. Let's state the obvious here. Iamaleava was reportedly scheduled to make $2.4 million, as I just said earlier. And scrolling on down here, says he got him to the college football playoffs, but it really wasn't him that got him there, in my opinion. It was their running back and their defense. Went back into the corner, Tennessee, which has the resources to meet the reported demands of $4 million, decided to end the relationship, and in doing so, both suddenly and emphatically Perhaps these universities in the future will gain some influence for the first time in quite a while, and I hope that is the case. Now back to the article. The program has been around for a long time, Heupel said. There are a lot of great coaches, a lot of great players who came before that laid the cornerstone pieces, not Phil Fulmer. The legacy, the tradition that is Tennessee football, it's going to be around a long time after I'm gone and after they're gone. And yes, I know Phil Fulmer won a national title, but we all know that he ripped Johnny Majors off. Before Phil Fulmer, I didn't really have a problem with Tennessee. I like Johnny Majors. I like Tennessee, and I like some of their fans. Not all of them, but some of them. Years ago, before paying players were legal, bagmen were true market movers. The drama between players and his family and the school were handled behind closed doors. No one benefited from these disagreements going public. That's saying a lot right there. Because, like I said, everybody acts like it's something big and something new that they're buying teams and buying championships. Buddy of mine here locally, Ryan Fowler, who has a talk show on Tide 100.9 called The Game, was basically saying that Ohio State had the best team money could buy, when we all know, Ryan, Alabama, Oklahoma, Ohio State, Texas, all these teams have been buying players probably since the 1920s with the bagmen that they're talking about here. But they didn't tell on each other, and once they struck a deal, they stuck to it because it would not benefit either, because at the time they also had something implemented where you had to sit out a year if you decided to leave your team. Now they have no rules. Going on down here, it says it's all very public and all very messy. Although up until now, players and their representatives have found a way to make it work. It ain't been going on but about 2 or 3 years. Coaches have been moaned the process every step of the way, seemingly begging for help, and it's hard not to see why. Yeah, the coaches are in a bad situation, although they make a lot of money and they get paid a lot of money to put up with it. So, they're part of the problem too. People don't want to admit that, but coaches getting overpaid was probably the start of all of this. Just saying. It says here, whether you commend Tennessee for holding firm or not seems almost unimportant. Regardless of what side you choose, neither Tennessee or Iamaleava should have been in this position to blow up the agreement to begin with. I disagree with that. Tennessee should be the college football fans out there, everybody should be on Tennessee's side in this. They stood up to these greedy parents and their representatives, as I said, and told them no, go somewhere else. And here's the thing that they really need to do. And I'm going to go ahead and take this article down real quick. What they need to do, college football teams out there, their fan bases, they're not going to do it. But what y'all need to do, whether it be Oklahoma, Alabama, Ohio State, Texas, anybody, y'all need to not go out and pay this guy. Y'all need to all get together and say, hey, Tennessee was fair. They give you $2.4 million. And we're not giving you $4 million. But I can guarantee he's already got a taker somewhere. They wouldn't have went to bat like this if they didn't have some plan in place. And whatever college it is that he goes to, shame on you. I don't give a shit who it is. I don't care if it's my team, Alabama. I don't care if it's Oklahoma, who supports my program a lot. Do not pay these players. If Tennessee is willing to stand up and say, hey, we're not paying $2.4 million, we're not paying more than $2.4 million, and you go and you acquiesce to this $4 million, then you're just feeding the problem that's been percolating for the last 2 or 3 years, and now it's come to a head. What really aggravates me about this, all of this, and it's probably going to piss some people off, I might even get some unsubscribers, but is you got these fans out here that are going to play both sides of the fence. For example, my team, Alabama, or one of my favorite teams, Oklahoma. Some of their fans will be like, hell no, we're not going to pay him $4 million. And then if Alabama or Oklahoma or Texas, especially Texas people, go out and pay the $4 million, they're going to be like, see, we got more money than you. We outbid you. No, you didn't. Tennessee could have made the $4 million. So by y'all just giving into it, man, y'all part of the problem, man. The fans out there, they'll be like, well, we won the bidding war. Well, congratulations, because you just jacked your ass for one player. And it's going to come back to haunt everybody one day. Those that acquiesce to it and don't stand up to it like Tennessee did, we need to all get behind Tennessee. I don't like Tennessee. Tennessee's one of my most hated rivals, but I'm proud of what they did. I'm proud they're in the SEC, and I can truly say that I have actually gained a little bit of respect, finally, for Tennessee and Josh Huepel and how they handle this. But that's all I got to say about that. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. As I said before, you can also join the Outlaw Posse for $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. You'll get your badge, you'll get deputized. You'll be in the Outlaw Posse, you get a random 4 horseman shout, as well as possibly the comment of the day. Also, there's a little heart down here with a money dollar sign in the middle. You can smash that heart and throw a few dollars in the coffers to help keep the lights on. KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now officially dismissed.